Namaste. This is JVN Dr. Vishal Saxena, Associate Professor in Mathematics in Faculty of Agriculture Sciences, Jyoti Vidyapeeth, Women's University, Jaipur. So today I'm going to take a very important session on the graphical representation of data. This is a very important part of the subject mathematics and the other subjects also. Graphical representation of data, and it deals with the various parts of the data and their analysis. So we can understand here graphical representation of data in different parts. Like in mathematics, we have seen so many different diagrams are there, like bar diagram, histogram, and pie chart, line graphs. These are the very different diagrams and very useful in analyzing the data, or it explains the data very clearly. So in different subjects beyond mathematics, like economics, in management and biology, diagrams are used to represent the different things in a very proper manner, and we can see always the data can be shown here. Data can be shown in graphical representation, then it will explain the more and better way, in more and better way. So the graphical representation is very important part of the subject, and we will see all the parts of the graphical representation. So we start to take the parts and we share some slides to explain the things very clearly. So first we see what is graphical representation. Graphical representation is a way of analyzing numerical data, and it exhibits the relationship between the data, their ideas and information and concepts in a diagram. So the main thing is that the graphical representation exhibits, it shows the relationship between the data, their ideas, and it passes the information and concepts in a diagram. It is easy to understand, and it is one of the most important learning strategies. So right from the childhood we can see the graphical representation is a very important tool to explain things in better way. So it can be said that it is a very important learning strategies. It always depends on the type of information in a particular domain. There are different types of graphical representation. Some of them are as follows. So today we are going to take some mathematical diagrams to explain here the data. First now we take the bar graph and then histogram. So we can see the diagram shown here. The bar diagram is given that and it displays the category of the data, and it compares the data using solid bars to represent the quantities. While the histogram, the graph that uses bars to represent the frequency of numerical data that are organized into intervals. Since all the intervals are equal and continuous, all the bars have the same width. So these are the important points of the bar diagram and the histogram. And we can see one important difference is there, that histogram, in which the data, numerical data, are organized into intervals, and since all the intervals are equal and continuous, all the intervals are equal and continuous, while in the bar diagram the intervals may be differ. All the bars have the same width, and you can see their histogram is having the same width of class interval, while bar diagrams may have the different width in their for their class intervals. Bar diagrams. In bar diagram, you can see there the bars are not need not to be connected with each other, but histogram, in histogram the bars are connected with each other with the same width. So these are the bar diagram and the histograms, and very important. These are very important diagrams used in various fields. You can see there in management and like economy of country, and various other fields. We can use the bar diagrams and the histograms to represent the various things. Now next is the frequency table. Frequency table, all as we know that here the frequency means the number of times a data repeated, that is called the frequency. So how many times the data is repeated is known as the frequency, and the tables shows the number of pieces of the data that falls within the given interval. So it means just we can see the frequency table as given that here, and just we have to show that like how many times our data is repeated there, just we have to represent it here. Tally marks can also be shown there. Tally marks means just like we take the lines to represent the frequency. First we take 4 lines. If we have to use 5th line, then we will cross the 4 lines, and then if you have to use 6 lines, the data 6, then you can use here like 5 lines, 4 lines, then 1 line in cross, then the next line will be vertical here in this way. This is called a frequency table, where the class intervals or the data may be taken and the frequencies are used, and the tally marks can be represented with the lines, vertical lines. Why the circle graph? Circle graph is a very important graph and used everywhere. It is also known as the pie chart. Pie chart is a very important part of the mathematics and the statistics, and it shows the various things in a circle, the various parts in a circle. First we will take a circle, and the things, the objects are represented in the circle with the with using the angles made by the particular that commodity or the area, and just we have to first find the that particular angle for the particular commodity, and then we have to use to represent in the circle diagram, that is known as pie chart. And we can also use the colors, like a diagram is shown that here, that is the circle graph, like you can see yellow color, red color and green color, and the blue colors are given that suppose just for example we can take like if we have to show that the marks obtained by a student in the 5 subjects, then suppose subjects may be here like English, Hindi, mathematics, physics and chemistry, then we can find the angles corresponding to that subject, how much the student has obtained the marks in that particular subject. Like in mathematics, if he has got 100 marks, in English suppose he has got 90 marks, then first of all we have to find the corresponding angle for each subject, and then with the center we can draw the lines, the shaded for the areas representing the area for that subject in the circle, and then you can shade it. So that is called the circle graph. It is again having very important applications in various fields, and we can also say in so many different fields. Next is the line graph and the line plot. Line graph, linear graph are used to display the continuous data, and it is useful for predicting the future events over time. So line graphs means the linear graphs are used to display the continuous data. So we can use just simply the data in the linear way, and the linear way means the line in a line order, and it is very important because it is just showing the continuous data, and is useful for predicting the future events over time. And it may be useful like the future events, like the future objectives with respect to time. Here this can be shown by the line graph. And the line plot, again line plot is a very important graphical representation of data, and it is showing that frequency of data on a given number line. As all we know that here a number line means a horizontal line with some scale like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the line plot can be used here by taking a number line, and X is placed above a number line, which it shows the frequency of data on a given number line. So just we can plot the frequency of the data on the number line, and X is placed above a number line each time when the data occurs again. So it means this is number line. In number line here we can just use a scale, and the X, that is frequency, is placed above a number line each time when the data occurs again. So when it is repeated, so you can just take one over another and then over another for the repeated frequencies, and in this way a line plot is drawn here. Next is the cubic graph. In the mathematical field of graph theory, graph theory is a very important part of mathematics, and in the mathematical field of the graph theory, a cubic graph is a graph in which all the vertices have the degree 3. So it means every point is connected with the 3 lines, that is called the cubic graph. Every vertex, every point means every vertex is connected with the 3 lines, so that is called the cubic graph, and it is a very important part of the computer engineering and computer science, and in which the graph theory is a subject. In other words, a cubic graph is a 3 regular graph. So that is a definition part of the regular graph. So a cubic graph is a 3 regular graph. Cubic graphs are also called trivalent graphs. Trivalent because just one point is having the degree 3. So today in this way we have seen so many different graphs. In this way today we have just discussed about the graphical representation of the data, and the graphical representation of data is such a very wonderful and a very important technique to represent the data and their analysis. And the main thing is here we are having so many different graphs by which we can represent the data. Like we have taken some examples today, like bar diagram and the histogram and the line chart and the pie diagram, that is circle graph. So many different examples are there, and every diagram is having the its own utility. But the graphical representation is very important for the students also, because it is a very important tool, and it can show the results, the parts of the study very in a better way. So definitely all we should use here the graphical representation for the explanation of our data, and we should take the graphs for the analysis of our study, and different things can be shown by graphical representation. And beyond this graphical representation of such taken example, we have some more other graphs, and just we can see there these graphs are very important parts of the study in various fields. So with this I conclude today's section. Thank you.